This is an Australian sausage and egg McMuffin, and this is attempt number 3 at turning it into a sausage, with some bacon too. Attempt number 1 was only okay. Attempt 2 was getting closer, and attempt 3 is based on actual research, which means expectations are dangerously high. The goal isn't to make a sausage inspired by a McMuffin. The goal is to recreate the actual flavour of the Australian McMuffin sausage, and then put the entire thing inside a casing. Which sounds unnecessary, and it absolutely is. My first major breakthrough. In Australia, the McMuffin sausage is made out of beef, which explains why my pork version tasted close, but no cigar. So today we fix that with beef mince. Bacon goes in the oven first, not because it's fancy, because I can prepare other things while it's cooking in the oven, just like these muffins. I've learnt that the muffin is not here for texture, it's here for flavour. Last time I used large chunks, and they turned into gummy pieces of regret. So this time, small cubes, and once your bacon's ready, chuck some of the bacon fat on the muffins and lightly toast them in the oven. For eggs, I want more eggs than last time, because just like a McMuff, I want egg with every bite. You see me cooking 4, but I actually use 7 for this recipe, and also, I just like eggs. Previously, I added too much American cheese, and it was a bit too overpowering, so now I'm adding cheddar to the mix, because cheese is both fun and delicious, and that's what I want. Instead of guessing, I looked up the actual ingredients list from McDonald's Australia. They give you 2 options, but I'll roll with the first one, which turns out to be surprisingly subtle. Beef, salt, maltodextrin, sugar, spices, which are chili and peppers, black pepper and white pepper, onion and garlic powder, rosemary and nutmeg. That's it. I'm grinding a mixture of semi-frozen, fresh, and slightly oxidized beef mince because your boy let it raw dog in the fridge overnight uncovered. I chose a finer grind too because the real McMuffin sausage has a pretty smooth texture. Salt goes in first, then spices, skim milk powder for protein binding, cornflour to help with moisture retention, and ice cold water to form the emulsion. Then we mix. We want everything to combine. The goal is tackiness. If you see the meat sticking to itself, or it sticks to your hand, then we're on the right path. I'm mixing up the muffins and bacon and a bit of extra water. Then I split the meat in half, spread it out, and layer the cheese and eggs on top. This hopefully keeps pockets of flavour and doesn't mash the eggs too much. Also, it makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, but I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm using a thicker natural casing this time. I've never tried it before, so we'll see how it goes. It was a little trickier than normal. We had some air pockets in the sausage too, which I pricked with a pin. Apparently that's what you're supposed to do. Now we have linked McMuffin sausages. The next step is cooking these and finding out if attempt number 3 finally cracked the Da Vinci McMuffin code. Hot coals on the grill, no wood this time, just heat. Indirect cooking for about 20 minutes and then directly over the coals for colour. The cheese was pissing out all over the bottom of the grill. I don't know if that's a problem, but we'll soon find out. Off the grill, onto the board, and immediately they look alright. Chunky, a little chaotic, kind of what I was hoping for. Let's see what's happening inside. So visually, we have structure, but maybe not enough cheese pockets, which might be because the casing is wider, or all the cheese came out in the grilling process. Everything spreads out more than expected, including the flavour a bit. The sausage meat actually does taste similar to the Australian McMuffin sausage, which is good, but the spice just doesn't bloom in the mouth the way the original one does. It's just there. Just a bit more subtle than I want. The wider casing means more volume, more distribution, which means everything gets diluted slightly, including the magic. Also, maybe the cheese cubes were too small, or maybe there just wasn't enough cheese, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say. And here's the weird part. I think attempt number 2 might still be better, which was not the plan. So what changes next time? Smaller casing again, bigger cheese chunks, possibly more spice to push that bloom closer to the original. Because right now, this is close, but not dangerously accurate. This isn't the final version, but it's definitely further progress. And honestly, turning a McMuffin into a sausage was always going to be slightly ridiculous. The question now is How far can this go before it becomes perfect? I'll give you the recipe once I figure this out.